Welcome back to another edition of Quinte Connection. Happy fall. Thanks so much for joining us as there's lots going on in the Bay of Quinte region as always. Coming up on the program, more from Volunteer Information Quinte, a bit more from the Prince Edward County Community Care for Seniors Association. But first, the president of Quinte Symphony, Nancy Lewis, is with us as there's lots of different events and special concerts coming up. So Nancy, so great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lindsay. Glad to be here.
Walk us through Quinte Symphony, Nancy, and kind of how you got involved.
Well, I'd always attended the concerts. I have no musical training, but always enjoyed the music. And about 3 years ago, the current president approached me and asked me if I would be interested in joining the board of directors. I had a career of 34 years where I worked for a nonprofit board. So I was familiar with the operation of a board of directors, and I was glad to join. And then last December, I became the president of the symphony. So it's been a pretty steep learning curve for me to learn about how an orchestra operates and the details around producing a concert and the legalities and all of that kind of stuff. But it's been exciting and extremely rewarding to be part of it.
How many folks are a part of the orchestra this year?
So we have between 35 and 40 musicians, depending on the concert and who's available. That's been fairly stable, I would say, the last year and a half. We did resume concerts in the spring of 2022. And so last September, was the launch of our first full season. And this year we've already started off the season by performing with the bands from CFB Trenton in producing the Tribute to the Brave concert at the Air Force Museum last month.
So what other concerts are coming up, Nancy? Because the one that's kind of been really catching a lot of people is that video game music.
Yes. So that's our first concert of the season. That's October 28th. And the theme of the concert is Controller's Concerto, and part of the concert will be video game music, and the other part of the concert is going to be theme music from movies, so a deviation from the traditional classical symphonic concerts. Our conductor, Dan Tremblay, will be looking after the part of the program with the movie themes. And we have a guest conductor who happens to be one of our musicians, Corey Diening, who's going to be conducting the video game music for us. So we're really excited to introduce some new kind of programming to the community and for our musicians for the fall.
What's happening as we approach the holiday season? Because I know Quinte Symphony tickets are quite a good gift to give to friends and family.
So yes, so right now we have our season's tickets available. You can purchase them online through our website, or you can purchase them at the first concert in October. And then following that, it's performance by performance. Our Christmas concert is November 24th. Our winter concert will be May the 2nd, and our spring concert will be May the 4th. So nicely spaced out. We have, again, a fairly new program for Christmas. We are doing Christmas Time Once More, and we're playing music that traditionally you hear at Christmas, but may not be Christmas carols. We'll be playing What Are You Doing New Year's Eve, March of the Toys from Babes in Toyland, The Night Before Christmas, the Bells of Christmas. So a real variety of Christmas themed music. And then in March, our theme is Wintertime Classics, and we're introducing the hockey sweater, which is a unique little vignette.
What is the venue for the Christmas show and for the winter show?
So our concert's now performing at Maranatha Church. The performances are Saturday afternoons. They begin at 2:30. Generally, we're finished shortly after 4 p.m. Because we're at Maranatha, we've also introduced a small raffle and 50-50 for the audience so that they have something to do when they arrive to tour the raffle area. Lots of beautiful gifts that have been donated by patrons and supporters of the concert, handmade, hand-stitched quilts, some Christmas items that people will want to maybe purchase for gifts or to use in their own homes, some Christmas decorations. So again, a real variety of items for the this concert.
What are the ticket prices, Nancy, especially for the Christmas show coming up? What is the cost for a ticket these days?
So for an adult, it's $30. For a senior, 25. For youth, it's 15, and children under the age of 12 are admitted free. So, yeah.
Thanks, Nancy. And as we continue to kind of go through the season that is in the Quinte region, what has kind of working with the Quinte Symphony taught you?
So it's taught me the dedication of the musicians, first and foremost. I am amazed and so impressed that starting late August, our musicians meet every Sunday evening at 6:30, and they have a 3-hour rehearsal every Sunday evening. And that will go through until we finish our Christmas concert, and then they'll resume that the end of January, and that will carry through pretty much until their final concert of the season. Um, in May, we are often invited by the Chamber of Commerce to be part of the Family Fun Fest. So we call the musicians back for several rehearsals to get ready for that. But a very, very dedicated group of musicians. The other thing that's very impressive is the geographical area that Quinte Symphony draws from. We have people coming in from Kingston, from Wellington, from Havelock, from Oshawa, from Cobourg, Trenton, Consacon. So quite a range when you look at the geographical area that our musicians travel.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. And from a funding perspective, Nancy, does everyone in the orchestra get paid? How does it work, especially gaining the momentum and keeping these shows going?
So the majority of our musicians are volunteers, so no compensation. There are a few key positions in the symphony that receive a fee for service payment, and those stipends are part of what our fundraising covers. The ticket prices we try and keep at an affordable level. So in order to cover the costs of our rehearsal hall, our insurance, and the other expenses that we incur, music costs for putting on a concert, our board has been busy looking at sponsorships from the community. The city's been generous in giving us one of their arts and cultural grants. Destination Quinte has supported the symphony, and certainly local businesses. Our fall concert, we have Trenton Cold Storage is the premier sponsor for it. So we introduced something last year that's a bit unique. In recognizing our sponsors at each of the concerts, one of our musicians creates a jingle, and we perform a jingle related to that specific sponsor. So that's been very well received. It's a unique way, and we try and take those and send them to the sponsors so that they've got them and they can play them for whatever marketing they may be doing as well.
That's a brilliant idea. Well, Nancy Lewis, it is so great to meet you. Once again, the president of the Quinte Symphony. Good luck going forward, and thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Lindsay. Look forward to seeing you at a concert. Bye now.